Hey, what is up YouTube? Demon Sparks here, and today we're doing an unboxing, unpackaging, overview, and testing review of Ronson Tech Torch, Auto Start Torch, Soldering Iron, Multi-Purpose Torch. This is a Ronson Model 8008. Do a little overview of the packaging. Comes with a 1.48 ounce Ronson butane can. Found this at Walmart for $26. Seems like a nice deal. Has 3 different tips as well to it. It's a chisel soldering tip. It's got a connector blower attachment and a fine point soldering tip attachment. I'm going to go ahead and start the unpackaging. Here are the 3 different attachment tips. And of course, the most important part of the unpackaging is the product itself. Here's the torch. Looks like it has a built-on base, or a built-in base, so it's not removable. It says that the tank is made of metal on the inside, and it holds, I think, up to or over 20 grams of fuel, which is quite impressive, so this thing should last quite some time before needing a refill. And it is an auto igniter. There's a flame adjustment on the top, and a flame adjuster in the back as well for a flame lock, and you have your fuel adjustment. So from my understanding for this torch in specific, when you want to ignite it, as normal, you would keep the airway open. The igniter is just your trigger, and you have your locking mechanism also, I believe. The functionality is you push the trigger to ignite, and you would want to use this locking mechanism in the back, I believe locks the flame on. There I got the stock Ronson butane fuel can that it came with, which is a 1.48 ounce can. This is the fuel lock, so that indeed does keep the fuel on when this is pushed in, and you depress it to release the fuel lock. I'm going to continue filling this. I believe it should have enough fuel in it now for the time being anyway. You have your adjustable flame for either torch or normal flame. You have jet adjustment for how much fuel. I don't need to have such a high temperature flame, so I'm going to keep it down for the lowest setting. Try the locking mechanism. Press the trigger in to ignite, obviously. You press in the rear button to lock your flame on in position. You can adjust it accordingly from there. Depress the button to release and extinguish the jet flame. So moving on to the tips and attachments. This is the connector blower attachment, which just slips into the center part of the torch like so. It's got a notch where it fits into very snugly, so you know how you're putting it in properly and not the wrong way. So it only fits in one way. It has a notch on it. And you have your two other adapters for your soldering tips. So I will screw one of these on now. I'm going to use the larger tip. I have a larger soldering tip attached, so I'm going to go ahead and try to ignite this and see if I can heat up the soldering tip. And the tip, apparently, you see it up there, glowing red hot on the inside. So I'll let this sit for a few minutes, a few seconds, and see if I can also find my temperature gauge so I can monitor the temperature as it rises. So I have my Duratax flashpoint infrared temperature gauge, more accurate anyway, closer to what it actually is measured at. It's kind of hard to measure a surface like that. I'm going to do a reheat ignition demonstration. I'm going to heat up the soldering tip again, and I will be trying to melt some solder off it as well. It's a small little bit. This is a demonstration on the heat of the tip on a low flame setting. Again, this is at a low setting. Let's put the fuel adjuster about halfway. Turn it back down. I'm going to depress the fuel lock. Alright, so now I'll be demoing the ignition and the feature of the hot air blower attachment, which is just the blower tip without anything else threaded onto it. As you can see, the tip is glowing red hot. You can feel the heat off of it. Around this point it's extremely hot, so so far, very satisfied. Many different applications that this can be used for. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and stay tuned.